Hey everybody, and welcome to Spiritually Inclined. My name is Crystal. Welcome to my channel. For those of you just tuning in, I am sharing aspects of my spiritual journey, my experiences, um, the things that are revealed to me in my quest to find the truth. But today I would like to speak about the whole purpose of spirituality and what us light workers are, you know, our purpose of, awakening and, why this is happening. Um, and yeah, so let's get into it. Now, I got a download right before I started recording this video, which is why I'm recording. So what came to me was um I was it kind of, though these downloads kind of spiral off of, thoughts and things, and then you run into these aha kind of situations when you're thinking of things and then you putting things together like a puzzle. It's almost like a puzzle, putting together a puzzle in your mind and then coming out with the finished results. That's how like downloads work. And so I was just thinking and, reviewing my whole spirituality from the time I awakened, why I awakened, and everything that's been happening since then, and everything that's happening now. So, and the understanding that I've come to, the download I received about it, this download of understanding that I've received about it is that basically, if you're a light worker, if you're a light worker and you've awakened, it is divinely orchestrated. Our awakenings are divinely orchestrated, and the events that happen and lead up until our awakening are divinely, orchestrated as well. It's like Erin Lyons said, she said she has this vision of, source just up here, networking and, just like playing chess and, and so on and so forth. And that's kind of how each of our lives work. Everything happens specifically to lead us exactly to where we want to be. That's not to lead us to where we are supposed to be. Sorry. If you have a specific purpose in this lifetime and your soul has a specific purpose, then ultimately you will be led, to start fulfilling that purpose. That's not including or limited to free will, because we all have free will, and free will can kick in at any time, and that would be the thing that would derail you, if you allow it. But I was just sitting and thinking about the course of my spirituality from the time that I woke up until now, and everything that's been happening, everything that I've been going through, and all the challenges I've faced and things of that nature, and up until what's going on now. I basically got a whole picture of the fact that we are meant to paved the way for not only the collective consciousness, you know, we help the collective consciousness through the information that we absorb. You know, our curiosity to learn the truth. And when we seek and we find the truth, just downloading that information into your mind, it automatically goes out into the collective consciousness, and it helps to awaken others. That's why the best way to help awaken, you know, the collective consciousness is by absorbing and ascending self first. And, you know, it also helps to try to, you know, in the physical realm, you know, you sharing knowledge to those who seek knowledge outside themselves, because not everybody know that they can go within and connect to the truth. So, you know, people are looking for the truth outside of themselves. And that's a whole different story. So we are specifically here. We come here, and I believe we're intricately placed in, you know, different families to help, you know, our loved ones who have no idea and don't even have the capacity to believe in what we believe in, or have the capacity to even allow the truth in, you know, into their consciousness. Because we are basically serving as an example. See, right now, you know, we're not at our highest ascension, but what God is doing in our lives, what the Creator is in the universe, whatever you identify with, you know, source consciousness as, I refer to it as many things. Source consciousness, I say the Creator, I say the universe, you know, all of it is the same. God, you know, whatever. I don't really like the term God because that's what the God in the Bible is called. And, you know, a lot of times when we say God, we thinking biblical. And the God in the Bible is not the creator of this existence. And so I keep, you know, a separation between those two. But we're here to pave a way for, you know, the people around us, the people who are in our lives, who have no clue as to what is going on with us. They think we're crazy when we speak our truth. They don't understand that we can't live our lives according to, you know, societal programming anymore, because they're still under societal programming. And basically we're encouraged to keep pushing until the results come into the physical, where it starts to show in our life. When we start to elevate in the physical, and people they're gonna start wondering how, you know, how is she making things work for her that's not, you know, that, you know, they basically doing, you know, going about it a different way, but you going about it the spiritual way according to the truth that you've come into in your spirituality. And all of a sudden you just start elevating, it starts showing in your reality, and people get to wondering, like, how are you doing it? Because you have the capacity to believe in things that most people don't and won't. Some people are so religiously and, societally programmed to the point where they can't even allow the truth in, and it's not their fault, but you do. So intricately, the universe has you in those people's lives who push forward, and you're not allowing anything to sway you. You're not allowing, old ways to come and try to penetrate what you're building right now. And once you push forward and keep being strong in your spirituality, eventually it's going to start showing in the physical, and people are going to be at awe with you. And they're going to be open then. Sometimes God have to use, us individually in our beliefs and our ability with the open heart and our ability to absorb the truth and live by the truth, and use us to as an example for others to, be like, wow, she been, on some real stuff the whole time, and it's showing. Whatever she believing in is working for her. Eventually it's going to get to that point. But we have to stay steadfast, and we have to stay strong, because nobody else is doing this. Nobody else will do this. Nobody else believes in this. And so that's what makes it unique. I don't like to say that we're chosen, because everybody chooses, what they come here for before they're incarnated here. And the minds that we take on once we come here, after we, enter the veil of illusion, we forget that contract, and the whole purpose is for us to learn and come back into remembrance of that. And that's basically what us chosen ones do. I wouldn't say chosen. I did a reel on this on Instagram. We're not chosen. We actually come here, and we choose. We chose to come here for this experience. And our souls chose this. Without our ego mind wasn't present then. That ego mind that you develop after you come into into Earth's density and the veil of illusion. Once you're born into, this realm of Earth, then you have your parents. They're putting their beliefs off on you. Then you have society, you have TV, you have, all these different programs running. And you kind of fall into believing in that until you start asking questions outside of what's been given to you. The things that's been impressed upon you. And they don't know no better. They're just, instilling their beliefs into you because they believe that that is the truth. And we've all done it with our own kids. If you have kids, I'm pretty sure you told them Jesus was crucified on the cross and Jesus died for sins. And everybody, that religion in and of itself has been, forced upon us. It's started off as the truth, and then it snowballed into what it is today. And it's been a lot of lies and deceit mixed in there. And that's why it's important to just go within and connect to the one true source for the truth, because otherwise you could be absorbing anything. There's a mixture of lies, deceit, and there's the truth mixed into that. So we have to realize, in order to get the truth, to get to single out the truth. In order to single out the truth, we must intentionally seek the truth from within, from source, because source is your soul. Your soul is actually source. It is a fraction of source. In order for source to materialize into you and come here and experience what it has created. So yeah, you know, when you wondering why you're going through this spirituality thing, why you awoken to things that no one else is awakened to, why you can see things clearer than anyone else can see, it's because God, the source, through source, you have the capacity to be an example, a physical example of the truth. That's what you've come here to do. So stick with your truth. Live in your truth. Do not deny your truth for nothing or no one. Because in the end, you will be vindicated. Vindication is due. Vindication will be due at some point in time. And, you know, a lot of people give up. I was on Instagram and I seen a reel with this young boy. He was young. Had to be maybe between the ages of 17 and 20, maybe. And he was talking about he used to believe in spirituality and he did all these different, you know, things. He said he did, you know, all the different mantras and things like that. Haven't gotten into that. I would like to, you know, explore some of that, but it can be a bit overwhelming trying to, you know, learn about everything all at once. I pace myself, and whatever I get a spark of interest on, that's what, you know, I'll look into. Whatever I feel, because while you're in this spirituality, you'll get nudges from the universe, you know, on what it is you need to know at that time by, you know, the direction your spirituality is taking you. And right now, I'm in a stage where I have to manifest. I have no other choice right now. I have to manifest. And yeah, that's another thing that just made me think. Thank you, Spirit. Us spiritual people are here to not only set an example of, you know, the things that are true, you know, living our lives by the truth, and, you know, it physically showing up in our lives, you know, to where everyone around us can witness it as well, but to show others that they are God. Like once you ascend to a certain level, you'll be able to operate in your God self, and that's what we're all coming home to. God is bringing us all home. The creator source is bringing us all home to who we really truly are. We're supposed to be experiencing this life from our God self. That's one of the other things that I was speaking on in my last video that I made. We're all coming home to our God self to be able to experience that in this realm, in real time, you know, in tangible 3D experience. And once we start doing that, we provide an example to others. It's the same thing that Jesus did when he was here. He operated in his God self. He ascended. He learned and he ascended. You know, he worked on his chakras. He meditated. Um, he, you know, he was led by his intuition and his third eye, you know, and he taught that in his teachings. And those were the teachings that were taken out of the Bible. And not only were they taken out of the Bible, but they were projected as lies. You know, society tell you that, you know, that stuff is fiction. Everything that was the truth was made fiction. And everything fiction was made the truth. You know, it's all meant to be challenging. And it's all meant to derail you from the truth. You know, religion is used to derail people from the truth. The people running this society know that we're a gullible race of beings. We're curious by nature. And we're loving, and we want to do what we feel is best. And they tend to be able to manipulate some of us in thinking that, you know, what they want us to believe is the best. And we follow that wholeheartedly, you know, thinking that, you know, it's the truth. And if we don't have the mind to think outside of that box that they put us in, then we'll never know who we truly are. You know, we are God in the flesh. We are God's image. God doesn't have an image. He put us here as his image. God is a force. You know, source is an energy. It's a divine masculine and feminine balance of pure love and non-judgment. And we have to realize that, you know, this vengeful God that's in the Bible that they tell us is God, and this God that tells us we have to obey man's laws and things of that nature is not our God. It's not our God. His son, this ancient being that claims to be the creator of the universe, in a way he is, because we all are. You know, everything created is created in the likeness and the image of God itself, so of source itself. So, but this person from ancient times, this ancient being named Amun Ra, decided that he was gonna be, you know, God of this species that they all created in the Garden of Eden, which was the lab. They created us in that lab, and they created us for the specific purpose of mining resources, and they had us worshiping them. You know, it was different ones here. That's why we all look different. We're all different races. We all speak different languages. You know, they mixed up the languages so that, you know, they were able to do this because they are gods. We are all God. We just don't know about it. We don't know. We're the ones that's operating how they wanted us to operate simply because we lack knowledge. But when they seen that we were getting smart, they did things to dumb us back down. And that's what this whole programming and, you know, this world programming that's going on, and the use of religion to confuse the masses, you know. And they were able to operate as their God self, which made us think that they were superior to us. You know, us not knowing our true potential and our power. And now we're coming home to that. That is what the Great Awakening is about. We're coming home to who we really truly are, and that's source in the flesh. Source in the flesh. And once we all know who we are, that would extinguish a lot of what's going on in this world today. Not only that, but because of what man out of free will did with light and dark, because light and dark, which is, that was another thing I wanted to talk on, which would have been a whole different video, but I'm going to speak on it now. Light and dark was created by the source, and a lot of people try to shun out everything bad and dark and evil, but those levels were created by us. God created it in a balance, but then you have some that want to, take evil and go even, deeper with evil. We put man put the levels on how evil things got. That wasn't God. God provided us with something, and some of us took it and ran with it. That's just like, with light. I mean, you can never be too good, because good is good. But dark can be a little bit too dark, and that's why it's being separated right now. That's why the energies are separating. There's dark, low vibrational energies, and then there's light, high vibrational energies, and it's being separated because the two is not mixing. You have people that want to do good, but then we have, the people that want to do bad is interfering with that, and God doesn't judge. That is why God don't judge, because God created all of it. If God created it, you're not being judged for it. You just have to choose which side of the spectrum you want to, operate on. If you choose the dark side of the spectrum, then you're choosing to accept everything that comes with it, because there's consequences, There's consequences to everything. If you choose what side of creation to be on, light or dark, when you choose dark, you get everything that comes with dark. There's karma behind everything. Everything we do and say generates karma. This is how we can better understand what's going on here. It's not to shun it. We have to be neutral on everything. We can't shun God. Everything is a part. Everything is God. Everything is God. We have to accept that. All of it is God's creations. Not saying that you have to agree with it. Not saying that you have to be, a part of the parts that you don't want to be in, because we all have free will. But we have to be in acceptance. Like, we can't be judging others. Like, the ones who choose to operate on that, they're just exploring that part of creation in all of its depths. Some people do. They love the dark side. They love everything, as they say, evil. To me, evil is a judgmental term, and I don't really like to use it, but I'm just using it to reference, the level of darkness that I'm talking about. But darkness, is dark and light. Keep it at a level, you gotta level it out. It's okay to be a little dark, but at a normal dark, you can be good and a balance of good and dark. Everything has to be balanced out, and there's people who, are darker. They're darker. They choose to explore the whole depths of it, but best believe they're getting the karma, behind all of it too, because a lot of it interferes with, the good, or it interferes with others, period. A lot of people do things to hurt others in the darkness, to interfere with others in the darkness. And that's where you mess up at. you know. But everything has karma, you know, even good. There's good karma. When you're trying to do the best you can, when you're trying to be the best person that you can be, when you're always for the highest good, then that's the type of karma that you're going to get. There's no punishment. God does not punish anybody. God is up there like, look at my babies down here exploring all aspects of this creation that I built. And Source created us to explore, you know, those depths. But I don't think, you know, I think we at some point become a little detached from, never truly detached, but in our physical form when we're, you know, when we have some people that decide to be on the darkest aspect of, you know, the creation, and they're exploring the depths, then at some point, you know, they become a little disconnected while they're here, until, you know, everybody that dies, they absorb back into Source, because that's who we are. We're just separate, and we're here, you know, in tangible human form to experience, you know, this physical aspect of creation. And so God wants to experience through us in the best way possible. That's why we are encouraged to, you know, dive into our spirituality, because we are all spiritual beings. We're all spiritual, whether we are into spiritual things or not, we're spiritual. So God wants us to, you know, find out about ourselves. You know, we're operating some heavy artillery here that we don't even know about, because we weren't given the instruction manuals upon coming here. So now once you get wind of what's really happening, it's, you know, up to you whether you want to explore it or not. And we have to stop taking the 3D so personally, because the 3D is only a reflection of us. You know, anything that's happening in your 3D, try to learn from it. You know, if it's undesirable, or things ain't going the way you want, or you're not living where you want to live, or you not around the people you want to be around, and, you know, things keep happening, you have to look at self, because everything around us is a reflection of self. So, you know, look at the 3D as a blank canvas to paint on. You paint. You paint what you want your life to be on that canvas, not the other way around. A lot of us are controlled by the physical aspects of this experience. Well, really, we are here to control the physical aspects of this experience. So I hope this helps. I love you guys. I just had to get on here and share some spiritual insight that came to me, and more was coming as I shared. And yeah, so like, share, and subscribe. I love you guys. Until next time, peace.